Hello everyone, let's get to it. Our standard down there has changed. So the past several videos we've been talking about broad economic indicators such as GDP, inflation, unemployment. Now we need to kind of talk about what is money. And the reason is GDP is reported in dollars. Inflation is talking about the rise of money. So we can't fully appreciate these economic indicators until we understand what we really mean when we say money. Now, the people watching this video, chances are you were born and raised in the United States, and some of this is going to seem completely obvious to you, just like when we were talking about the America's mixed market economy. You guys are like, duh, I get it, because we're growing up around this system. It makes us ignorant to the world at large. So hopefully I want to shed some light on our ignorance today. Remember, I don't mean ignorant as a bad term. It simply means we do not know. So we have two LEQs. What are the three major functions and 6 characteristics of money? And what is the difference between money and near money, also known as M1 and M2? Now, I will tell this to you guys now. For the sake of time, this could potentially be a very long video, but a lot of stuff is very simple and very straightforward because we have been born and raised in America and this makes sense to us. So there will be quite a bit of content that I'll expect you to need to know and take notes on, but I may not actually cover it verbally. So let's start off with this. What is money? Now, remember that one of the fundamental bases for a market economy is the idea of voluntary exchange. Think about Unit 1. Now, in America, voluntary exchange normally involves exchanging money for a good or service. Now, understand that in modern times, money is pretty much coins and bills. But if you look throughout history, if you guys have taken history classes, you know that way back in the day, I hesitate to put a year on it because I'm not a history teacher, but they would use spices as forms of currency. People would have to barter. Now, understand that in economics, money is anything. It could be salt, it could be silk, it could be a dollar bill, it could be a rock, it could be gems, it could be diamonds, it could be gold, as was commonly used. It is anything that is customarily used as a medium of exchange, a unit of accounting, and a store of value, which are terms we're going to be going on here in just a few moments. Now, understand this. In America, the dollar bill, like that sheet of paper, that dollar bill, it only costs about 3 cents to make it. However, the American society, we value it at $1. A $100 bill, it only costs about 3 cents to make it, but we value it at $100. So that's something to consider. Now, understand the reason we have that is because of what's called a fiat. In America, we have fiat money because that dollar bill, it only costs 3 cents to make, but it's worth $1. That $100 bill costs 3 cents to make, but it's worth $100. So fiat money is money that has value because the government says so. In the United States, if you have a dollar bill, then you have money. The United States recognizes that as money, and you may use that form of money to pay off debt. So fiat money is an important term to understand because back in the day, they did not have fiat money. There was no government that said, you must accept salt as a form of payment. All right, so what are the 3 major functions of money? And here they are, and let's get to them. So first, money is used as a medium of exchange. That's a fancy way of saying money is used to exchange for goods and services. Now, a medium of exchange is the following. It means that a seller will accept money, whether it is salt, a rock, gold, or a dollar bill, in exchange for a good or service. Most people are paid for their labor money, which they can then use to purchase whatever goods and services they need. So in America, what is our medium of exchange? The dollar. In most of Europe, what is their medium of exchange? The euro dollar. In Japan, what is their medium of exchange? The yen. Back in Roman days, and at this point I'm making this up, but their medium of exchange may have been gold or silver or rice or salt with the Far East. But I doubt it was an American dollar bill. Any history buffs, feel free to correct me on that. Okay, now without money, without a medium of exchange, societies would have to resort to bartering. Now, bartering is characteristic of traditional economies, but I want you guys to understand bartering as a system for exchanging goods and services is very inefficient because of the reasons listed below. Next, we need to be able to account for money. So the use of money as a yardstick, as in a measuring tool for comparing the values of goods and services in relation to one another. For example, what's more expensive, a Lamborghini or a Toyota Camry? Now, each nation, and we're going to use the dollar bill in this case, uses one unit to measure the value of goods and services the same way a 1 foot or 1 meter is used to measure distance. That is, the single dollar bill is used to measure the value society places on goods and services in the exact same way that we use a unit of measurement, such as a foot or a meter, to measure distance. So money is used as a measuring tool. And finally, the store of value, which is kind of a gray area, and here's why. Money is useful because it retains its value. It's not like it's valuable one day and not valuable the next. That is, if I put $500 under my pillow or under my mattress, I still have a $500 that I can spend in the future. However, and I hope you guys were already thinking of this when you heard me say that, the store of value really depends on periods of inflation, because we know during times of high inflation, that $500 doesn't get you quite as much as it used to back in the day. Alright, so I opened the video by saying there's going to be several things that I'm going to go over very quickly. These 6 characteristics are some of them. I'm not going to say too much on each slide, so I would recommend you pausing the video and taking notes and writing this stuff down, because I do expect you to know it. So we just covered the three functions of money. Now there are 6 characteristics common of all forms of currency throughout the world, and the most effective forms of currency throughout history. So here we go. Money must be durable, it must be portable, and it must be divisible. So again, I would pause here and write this down. I do need you to know this, but it's relatively self-explanatory, and I don't think I need to spend time explaining it. Money must also be stable in value, scarce, and accepted. Think about fiat money. Alright, so we are changing our LEQ now. What is the difference between money and near money, also known as M1 and M2? Now, back in the day, economists had trouble tracking the money supply, so what they had to do was they had to categorize money. So I want you guys to understand, when I say near money, or M1 or M2, I'm simply referring to categories of money. So M1, what does M1 include? So think about all the different types of money out there. We have dollar bills, we have coins, we have checking accounts, we have savings accounts, we have investments, we have stocks, we have bonds, we have CDs, we have money markets, we have mutual funds, we have derivatives, all this crazy stuff I'm going to teach you guys in the financial literacy unit. So M1 is the narrowest definition and simplest forms of money. It is simply money that can be spent immediately and against which checks can be written. So think about your checkings account. Think about the cash you have in your pocket. Think about the coins you have in your piggy bank at home. That is M1 money. Now, M2 is a broader definition of the money supply in America. That includes all of M1, so our checking account and our cash, plus other form of near money, such as money markets and mutual funds, stocks and bonds. Let me just make that simple for you. It includes all M1 plus investments. Now, investments are hard to get to. So I have a lot of money invested, and I cannot simply go to my online account and in the course of 5 minutes get it out in cash. I can't go to an ATM and get out several $1,000s in cash because it's in the form of investments, which is why it has a special name called M2. Now, there's another mini definition there I need you to know, and that is near monies. Yes, near monies, as strange as that sounds. Think about money that is near to you. So near money is assets such as savings accounts that can be turned into money relatively easily and without the risk of losing value. So think about this. Stocks are not considered near money, because stocks can and do lose value, and it's really hard to get money out of an investment account. So near money, I want you guys to think about savings account. It's not quite as close to you as the cash you have in your pocket, but it is relatively quick and easy to access it as needed. Alright, so here is a picture I have for you guys showing the growth of the money supply in the United States. Now, remember, M2 includes all forms of M1 money. So I want you guys to think for a second, why is it that M2 is so much more valuable than M1? Well, first, the easy answer is because it includes more forms of money, such as investments. But also, remember guys, the reason we invest money is to watch our money grow like a plant. So the reason the M2 money supply is greater than the M1 money supply is because it includes more forms of money, and money in the M2 supply tends to grow as an investment. All right, here's our LEQ in review. We covered the 3 major functions of money and the 6 characteristics of money. Remember, guys, I need you to know what fiat money is. Fiat money is simply money that is legally recognized as acceptable by the governing body under which you live, aka whichever country you live in. And our second LEQ is what's the difference between money and near money, or M1 and M2. So M1 is the cash we have on hand. M2 is the cash we have on hand plus investments. Now there's a mini definition hidden in there called near money. When I say near money, I want you guys to think savings accounts. So it's not quite as close to you as the money in your pocket, but it is still relatively easy to access. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video on this brief overview of money, and have a great one. All right, it is time for some extra credit. It's been a while since we've done this. As a token of my gratitude and sincere appreciation for you guys taking time to watch this video, you are going to be rewarded by way of extra credit on your quiz. So whichever date you saw on the LEQ and review slide, that is the date of the quiz you will find this question on. So you're going to have an extra credit question that's going to read as follows. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Now I dare you guys to try to say that 3 times fast. And for you to get extra credit, the only acceptable response is going to be 42. So how much wood could woodchuck could chuck wood? And you are going to put the number 42 for extra credit. You guys enjoy and take care.